días, compis, bienvenidos a mi canal. Soy Andrés para y en esta ocasión, en este nuevo vídeo, vamos a continuar con la serie del juego de PlayStation 4 Black Mirror. Vamos por el capítulo número 3. Rememoramos, habíamos estado en la capilla, habíamos estado cerca del invernadero, habíamos visto el asesinato o el suicidio de la chica de los recados o de la chica de la limpieza del castillo, que es Isla, ¿no? Un nombre raro tiene la chica. Entonces estamos ahora mismo con la médico, en compañía de nuestra médico Lía y de la amiga de nuestro padre, psiquiatra. Y nada, íbamos a ver qué había pasado, o sea, a investigar. Teníamos que investigar a ver si fue un asesinato o qué fue. Vamos a ver qué nos acontece este espectacular tercer capítulo. ¡Vamos allá! Cargamos la partida, capítulo 3. Vamos a ver. Vamos a ver qué nos acontece y qué pasa con Lía. No nos fiamos mucho de ella todavía. No tenemos mucha relación, pero vamos a ver qué nos acontece. ¿Qué podemos sonsacar de este espectacular juego de intriga, suspense? Vamos allá.
Rory's not one for cleaning up after himself. Rory's not one for cleaning up after himself.
Vamos al montacargas. Bueno, vamos a ver si podemos bajar abajo. Lo primero.
I guess we'll have the key. Unless we can find another way in. I think I might have an idea how to get into the cellar, but I'm not sure you'll like it.
If it involves this filthy dumbwaiter, don't even think about it.
No puedo hacerlo solo.
I can't fit in there, and I see no other way into the cellar.
You're asking me to put a lot of trust in you, given the circumstances.
Confía en mí.
You can trust me, and I will do my very best to learn to trust you.
Efectivamente.
All right then. Clothes can be washed.
Bonitas
Lovely.
medias tiene de encaje.
Pull me back up.
¿Qué se está haciendo solo? La animación. La sombra como mola, ¿eh?
I need something to open the doors from the inside once I'm down there.
Vamos a ver. Vamos a buscar a ver si encontramos algo.
Rory's not one for cleaning up after himself. This should do it.
Cuchillo, con esto se lo podemos dar. Objetivo. Investiga la muerte de Ilsa. Lo que estamos haciendo, descubre más acerca de la mujer ahogada en la visión. Venga, vamos. Ahora, en teoría le daremos el cuchillo ese. Justo.
Going down.
Good luck.
See you in a minute.
Dr. Farber. Is everything all right? Leah! Oh, if anything's happened to her.
You
Bingo.
needn't worry about me. I've been to stranger places than this castle. Follow me.
Vamos a bajar. A ver qué pasó. A ver, investigar. Cuerpo de isla. A ver. ¿Qué pasó? Darla. Nos lía. Lía nos lleva directamente. Pues aquí. Se va, lía. ¡Vas! Venga, lía, ven. Ven, anda.
They seem to be a house full of carnivores.
What a horrific way to die. Her neck's been broken, and with some considerable force, it seems. Her necklace looks like gold, albeit a plain design, and it's missing any form of pendant.
Still, well beyond a maid's
Entonces falta el colgante.
salary. It...
Cuidado. Acordaros de esto.
Where's that sudden draft coming from?
Cuidado que nos matan.
Mr. Gordon? Speak to me, please.
You're little dough. Not exactly the usual way to address the staff.
Cervatilla. Quita, 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 que nos muerde. Si nos acercamos muy pronto, nos... Vale, ya hemos
David, can you
averiguado
hear
este.
me?
Estamos como en un trance. Hay que acercarse cuando
Mr.
brilla, hay que
Gordon, are you
acercarse.
with me?
Para que se ralentice. Fijaros, aquí. Ahora, ahí.
We're all here, sir.
Ahí está.
All
Tiene un
down in the
sistema...
dark. We're...
El ático.
Something's coming.
Ella está en el
The
ático.
attic, sir.
Lo está
She's in
diciendo.
the attic.
What just happened? You look like you were in some kind of trance.
Perhaps the lack of sleep is affecting me. Or the visions that you'd think me insane if I described them to you.
You need to learn to trust me. I am on your side, remember?
So you say, but I remember you locked my father up too. A tiger can't change its stripes.
Vamos a ver. Lo tenemos ya para investigar aquí dentro. Era donde salía que tiraba el colgante, las
That's
visiones.
horrible.
You're not the one with your hand in it.
Ya lo
French.
tenemos.
I don't speak French.
I do. It says for Clara, forever yours. Who's Clara?
I don't know. Yet another relative, perhaps?
We should ask someone who's been around here for longer. How did you know it was there? The pendant, I mean.
Hombre,
I told you,
si se lo decimos,
you
nos va a tomar por
wouldn't
loco.
believe me. A hunch. Eddie gave this to her. We should ask him to his face just what his relationship was with her.
This isn't another ghost story, is it?
Look, you wouldn't understand. I can't...
What I do understand is that we cannot accuse a man of murder without proof.
Eso tiene razón. Vamos a ver si ya lo
The
veo.
scene really did rip when she tried to get away from him.
Y el rosado. Vamos a investigar a ver si hay algo más por aquí. Que no creo que haya nada más. Vamos a salir fuera de la casa y vamos a preguntar. A ver al hombre mayor ciego. Salimos. Vamos a ir fuera. Porque tenemos aquí la salida a mano. Vamos allá. A preguntarle persona mayor. Antes vamos a ver cositas. Que seguro vamos a encontrar respuestas. Tiempos de carga en este juego son un problema. Ya lo habéis visto, ya los estoy viendo, pero bueno. Una de cal y una de arena, ¿no? Unas cosas por otras. Voy a beber un poquito de agua. Vuestro permiso. Ahí estamos fuera. Oh, qué guapa se pone el gorrito. Cuando sale fuera se pone el gorrito.
What is it?
Que tiene visiones.
I'll get you back.
Stop monkeying around. Come with me.
I'll come inside in a bit.
Don't go.
Can I just have a few
It's
more
not a request, Carol.
Don't worry. I'll be fine.
Joder, qué tío el abuelo. Joder.
What's happening to me?
David? Is everything all right?
We should make haste.
Vamos. La zona es pequeña, vamos a ver si podemos sacar, luego iremos a la capilla a ver si podemos entrar. Vamos a sacar antes de hablar cosas con el jardinero. Antes de hablar con el jardinero.
Oh, stunning.
Qué bonito es.
How curious. Come and look at this. Look, they form a clear circle.
This can't be a fluke.
It looks like one of the stones is missing.
A heavy enough stone to weigh yourself down with. Something's carved into each one.
No, la X. Parecen los puntos cardinales. Es una flor.
I've never seen a rose like this before.
I have. The gardener, Rory. He brought some down from the glass house.
Entonces, eso significa que tenemos que ir al invernadero. Hay que intentar revisar todo porque tenemos coleccionables, otros coleccionables. Vamos a ir por el otro lado ahora. Vamos, Lía. La cosa se hace ahora más amena cuando vas en compañía. Pero es un coñazo porque tienes que esperarla porque la luz la tiene ella. No la tenemos nosotros. Vimos dónde está el coche, obviamente. Y vamos, antes de hablar con él, vamos a ir a la capilla a ver si sacamos algo. Por aquí. Antes de hablar con él. Vamos a ir a la capilla. Por lo que pueda pasar y lo que pueda haber. De todas maneras estamos cerca, aquí está. Qué bonito es por la noche. Uf, qué chulada. Estilo gótico. Uf. Vuelve a ver la tumba. No se puede correr. No podemos ver la tumba. Deja correr. Vamos por aquí. Aquí hay algo. Coleccionable. Perfecto. Nada. Si aquí ya no hay nada, pues vamos a hablar con... No podemos entrar.
I have to thank you again for coming to my aid in there.
I'm glad I found you in time. Thankfully, Mr. Harrison had made an educated guess as to your whereabouts.
Vale, pues vámonos ya a hablar con el jardinero. Vamos a hablar con el jardinero. A ver qué nos dice. Vamos allá. Rosa, runas, clara, irse. A rosa.
That's an unusual looking rose. I noticed one lying by the side of the loch.
Aye, that's been me. A flower for the flower of Scahandu, Cecilia.
My aunt. They're for her.
I grew 'em for her. She loved the roses, did Cecilia. No the red ones, though. Made her think of blood, ye ken.
Forgive me, but wouldn't it be more fitting to place them on her grave?
Why, she's no there, is she, laddie? That's not where she rests. And I don't much stand by your modern god.
Rory, what happened to her? What happened to Cecilia?
I'm not in the mood to open old wounds, laddie.
There are some strange markings carved into the stones on the shore.
Runes, aye. I'm old-fashioned, I suppose. Still hold to the old ways.
Superstitions don't gain validity just by being believed in for a long time.
I'd watch that. Your precious science doesn't have all the answers, lassie.
May I have some of the roses, Rory? I'd like to place them on Cecilia's grave.
Rory se
What's
llama.
she to you? You didn't ken her.
No, I didn't. But she's family. And besides, Father always spoke fondly of her. He would even smile as he talked about playing in the gardens with her as a child.
He did he? Aye, well, that's good to ken. I should have some left in the glass house.
Do you know who Clara was?
I know who she was, aye.
And?
Young Eddie is her bairn. Lady Mallory, as she was. She stayed on in the house after Victor passed, but she wasn't here much before. I didn't ken her that well.
I'll speak to you later, Rory.
Aye, I'm sure you will, laddie.
Vamos a entrar.
Sorry, lassie, but you can't go in. It's for family only.
Just hold on a moment.
No, it's okay. I quite understand.
O
You go
sea, el
ahead.
dueño de la
I'll
casa le
wait
está
here
diciendo
for
que no
you,
puede entrar nadie.
if I must.
Pero el dueño
Ay,
puede
you
decir
must.
que entre quien quiera, ¿no? Pero bueno, es lo que hay. Menos mal que Lía tiene un poco de educación. Nada, querida Lía, quédate fuera. Haremos Rory y yo. A ver qué pasa.
I know, it doesn't look like I have green fingers.
Vamos a ver.
Looking to break some more locks, laddie.
Are these...
Cecilia's roses.
They're beautiful,
I like to think so.
but they seem to be the only thing that grows here.
Voy a hablar con él, a ver si...
These are dead as dodos.
Hard to raise anything beautiful here, ever since Cecilia's gone.
Nada.
Can you tell me about Cecilia? What was she like?
She was a lovely lassie, but she had more than her share of troubles.
Grandfather Edward.
You
Mira,
ken well
el
enough,
tatuaje que
son.
tiene el hombre en el cuello, ¿eh?
You said she wasn't in her grave.
Aye, that I did.
Did she drown?
She did. Killed herself. Her body was never found.
Es la persona que vimos.
Now all I have of her is my memories. And
la
they are
ermita.
not what they were. And this.
La iglesia. Tocado ahí.
That is exquisite. Cecilia made this.
She made it, aye. For me. Girl must have cut her fingers 100 times doing it. On the thorns, ye ken.
Oh, vuelven a la vida. Mira, están cayendo pétalos. Como por arte de magia. Ahora es la otra zona. No, mira aquí.
You are
Estamos con esto,
unworthy of the name Gordon.
Get away from her, you coward! You monster!
Who is that old woman? It takes courage to confront Edward like that.
They lied to me.
Who did?
All of them.
Yes. He cogido a Lía pensando que era él. Tío. Menos mal. Menos mal. Tela la visión, Tela marinera. Joder. Este juego me encanta, tío. Se nos va, que se nos va, que se nos va. Bien. Joder, hay que estar atento, si no. Había dejado ya el mando. Y el Quick Time Event ese.
What
Yeah.
just happened?
I could ask you the same thing. You started to talk to yourself. And then you were throwing your arms about like you were fighting something. I couldn't see what. You started bawling and the lassie came in to see what was going on. She tried to settle you, but you just went for her.
I saw an old lady. She wore a long, flowing dress. Her voice was strong, determined.
Sounds like Rosemary. She was Lady Margaret's mother.
Was Cecilia not able to have children? Did that anger Grandfather Edward?
Maybe you can see well enough too, son. Maybe you can. It wasn't her, it was her husband. He was the bother. Couldn't, you ken?
I think so, yes.
Aye, well, Edward blamed Cecilia for it. For picking the wrong man for her mate. You'll be fine, laddie. You just need some fresh air. This place can get to you.
Voy a acercarme aquí.
The secateurs should be... Here they are. How could I know? This seems awfully accurate for a forgotten memory. The crack is right there. Edward was furious. Seems like him and great-grandmother Rose didn't see eye to eye.
A ver dónde estaba ella. Todo el cristal roto. Rosas han cobrado vida, ¿eh? Y ya no hay nada más. Vale. Vamos a ver qué tenemos por aquí. Investigue la muerte de la isla. La ahogada. Ya lo tenemos. Vale. Ahora tenemos a ver qué pasó con la isla. Hay que ir a hablar. Todo.
Trust your instincts, laddie.
Confía en tu instinto. A eso voy. Ahora tendremos que ir a la casa. Iremos a hablar. Está en la zona del comedor, sí. Puerta donde estaba la foto. Iremos a ver qué pasa.
David, are you all right?
I'm fine, thank you. I think this place is starting to get to me. I think that Edward may be responsible for the death of my Aunt Cecilia. Not directly. She drowned herself in the loch. I think that Edward drove her to it.
Old families usually have a skeleton or two in the cupboard.
Yes, but my family has a graveyard full. I feel like the madness that runs through this family, through these walls, is starting to seep into me too.
I can help you, but you need to open up. You need to start talking to me.
You would not believe me if I told you.
Stubborn, just like your father.
Creo que es buena, pero ha llegado en un momento.
Whatever secret this
No sé
family is
decirte.
hiding, it's
Qué
costing
casualidad, ¿no?
lives.
Pero
Cecilia, the
creo que es buena
maid.
personalidad, ¿eh?
My father. God knows how many more over the years.
Vámonos. Casa y vamos a la habitación donde estaba la foto familiar. A ver qué podemos sacar. Ah, nos ha dejado aquí. Vamos, Lía, ven, si no, no veo un pijo. Va a salir. Lía va a su paso. Claro, pero no vemos nada porque el castillo está a oscuras, ya es de noche. Aquí a la izquierda. Bueno, a nuestra izquierda, derecha del juego. Vamos a ver. Aquí están todos reunidos.
If you'd just like to wait out here, sir.
I need to speak with Eddie.
The young master and her ladyship are otherwise detained.
No creo que pueda.
Might as well try moving a mountain out of the way.
Exacto.
May I remind you, this is my house?
May I remind you that it is not yours yet.
Fair enough. There's no doubt about his loyalty, nor with whom it lies. If Eddie really gave her that pendant, he might be her killer, and I might not be losing my mind.
Vale, vamos a irnos. Vamos a ir a la biblioteca. Porque ahí habíamos quedado con Aisa. A ver si ha dejado algo. Para ir a la biblioteca es por aquí. Vamos al hall. Aquí salimos al hall y luego vamos directamente a la biblioteca por la puerta central. Sí, porque ahí es la sirvienta que ha muerto. Nos dijo que quedábamos allí después de la cena. Pero nunca fuimos porque... Venga, Lía, ven. Porque se suicidó o la mataron. Ir por ahí para ir a la biblioteca. A ver si nos dejó algo. Es posible, que es posible. Gracias, Lía, por venir a alumbrarme, porque nada, aquí no hay nada. Ya había papeles.
The belongings of Eddie's mother.
Cuidado.
Thank you for your last letter. My heart soars with every word of yours I read. I touch the ink and imagine your fingers are just inches from mine, that we can almost touch. That I can almost feel the warmth of your skin once more. Young Edward grows more like his father each day. You'd be amazed how he shares your looks. I long for the day that this terrible war is ended and you return home to us, so we can be a family once more. I shall write to you again soon. Know that until then you are always in our hearts. Your loving wife, Clara.
The date. She was writing this when the death notice arrived. Oh, the poor woman.
Qué triste. Qué triste.
I regret to inform you that your husband, Corporal Victor Mallory, number 874511, was killed in action with the enemy on the day of the 14th of September in Ypres. Your husband was involved in an advance against enemy lines. While he and his fellow soldiers fell, the action was successful, and you can take comfort in knowing his sacrifice saved many lives. It was not possible to get his remains away, and he was buried in a soldier's grave. Please accept the condolences of all the company. Yours, Captain Arthur Jones, 4th Army.
Recognize that?
The necklace. Is that...
A young Eddie and his mother Clara.
Le dio el colgante de su madre. Ah, ya está claro. Ahora vamos a hablar. Esto ya está claro. Vamos, Lía. Vamos a volver. Está claro. Ya vamos atando cabos. Estaba enamorado de ella. Le regaló su colgante. De su madre. Vamos, Lía. Vamos a ver si tenemos más suerte ahora.
Eddie, I need to ask you about the maid. About Elsa.
You didn't know her!
I know that you and her were... That is to say, I know you had feelings for her.
What? That's poppycock! You're as deranged as your father was!
David, really?
You go too far with this behavior.
The police will be here soon. Would you not prefer to clear this up before they get here in case they link Eddie with a crime?
Now look here, young lady. How dare you speak?
That's enough. Eddie. You gave her this. It was your mother's.
I did. It was.
Eddie!
I was just trying to cheer her up. She has nothing, and I had no need of it. You know she sends... You know she sent most of her money home to her grandmother.
Her clothing was ripped, as if someone was trying to force themselves upon her.
I would never have hurt her.
My little doe. Strange thing to call the hell.
Recogido, eh?
How? It was just harmless fun, that's all.
You're a worthless liar. You think she thought being pressed against a dead animal was harmless fun?
How do you know? It's true. Elsa and I would never have laid a finger on her.
¿Ves? Al final lo ha
We were in
confesado.
love. I helped her with everything, even with her chores. Rose and...
That's quite enough. Eddie, you are obviously upset. And you are not helping, David. Angus, will you please take the young master upstairs?
As you say, Mom.
I think you have caused quite enough disruption here. We shall settle this heritage dilemma first thing tomorrow.
I don't think so. I have more questions now than ever. About my father, the maid, this whole damn house.
Have a care, David. Need I remind you of your father's temper?
I would never.
Given the current mental state of Master Eddie, who should be a part of the heritage considerations, any discussion on the topic would be futile at this point. Would you not agree?
Thank you, Leah. Maybe it's a good thing you're here after all.
Pues sí. Mejor de lo que nos pensamos.
Impudent brats!
What's going on?
Did you notice when Margaret got angry?
When Eddie mentioned chores involving Rose. What does that mean?
It can only have something to do with Lady Rosemary and Aunt Cecilia, and whatever the maid was doing in the attic.
The attic?
I saw the maid coming down the stairs with a tray, but there's nothing up there but an empty room, or so I thought.
Interesting. What is it, David?
Visión. Nuestro padre de joven y nos dice que vayamos.
David, wait!
Pues sigue al niño, está claro. Y me parece que sé dónde nos va a dirigir. Al ático, seguramente. Míralo. Hacia la izquierda. ¿Qué pasa? Súper interesante este capítulo. Súper interesante.
You have to start confiding in me, David. What are you seeing?
Fantasmas.
I think I'm seeing ghosts. Ghosts of those who have died here. I see my father as a child. He's trying to communicate with me.
Perhaps you visited here as a child. Maybe you're remembering stories a father told you of this place when you were young.
You see? I said you wouldn't believe me. If I'm only remembering things, how would I have known where to find a pendant? How could I have known he tried to force himself on her? Unless you think I killed her.
I don't think you killed anyone, David. And you're right. I can't explain it.
So?
So, we focus on the facts as we know them.
Go on.
You saw the maid's body. Her neck was broken. That was the work of a human, not a ghost, yes?
I suppose so, yes.
Lady Margaret knows more than she's saying, that's for sure.
Godspeed getting anything out of that old hag.
No, I know. But Eddie might be an easier option.
Yes. Yes, we need to find him. And make sure Margaret isn't there to interrupt.
I believe she's already gone to bed, but I'll check. You go find Eddie.
Vale, tú vas a comprobarlo y yo subo con el niño. Ya por aquí. Hombre, ya tenemos la vela. Al final del pasillo a la derecha. La puerta del ático.
Well, that's clear enough.
Efectivamente. Historia más chula, tío. Es como una película, entonces claro. Te metes si quieres llegar hasta el final del juego. Estos juegos se enganchan. Claro, si te gustan este estilo de juegos, claro. Juegos tranquilos, que tienes de investigación. La narrativa lo envuelve todo. Son como juegos de ordenador antiguo, de MS2. Put and Play creo que eran. Que ibas tocando aventuras gráficas de toda la vida. Pero... Play 4. Vale, hemos llegado al ático. Pero sí que estaba la puerta abierta, ¿eh? Entonces no podíamos entrar.
Well, hello, my dear Elsa. Oh, Sir Edward. You look very handsome today.
Eddie?
Why, thank you. You are as beautiful as ever, my little doe.
Ya está zumbado, ¿eh?
Mwah,
Está
mwah.
zumbado.
Eddie, can you hear me? What can you tell me about Great-Grandmother Rose? What did Elsa have to do? Eddie!
Ya nos indica.
What do you see here, Eddie?
Be quite safe, the little rabbit said to his brothers and sisters. The fox is fast asleep, so rabbits tiptoed past, but the fox was sly. He wasn't asleep at all. He opened his eyes.
I've warned you before to mind your place. This will be the last time you defy me.
Le metió con la cruz.
The eyes of
Ya
the
la ha
fox
visto
they
esa
shone
visión.
with cruel light as he punched on the rabbits and ate them all one by one. It was only then he went to sleep, his tummy full, his heart content.
Vamos a investigar.
I wonder what's on the other side. Is there... no, can't see a switch or lever. I guess not all castles are like Edgar Allan Poe used to describe them.
Paso por ahí. Aquí, coger. Hombre, tenemos una foto nueva. No sé cuántos trozos llevaremos ya. Aquí.
A secret passage.
What do you think you're doing?
That won't be long, I hope. Look after Eddie.
Pasadizo secreto. Bueno, aquí no podemos ir a derecha izquierda, solamente podemos avanzar.
Just a little further.
Perfecto.
Damn it!
Buah. Por ahí ya no podemos volver. Claro, ¿no? El castillo se cae a trozos. Es un castillo muy antiguo. Entonces, si no se revisa con el paso del tiempo, al final...
That's it. Open wide. Good. I don't
Esa mujer que habían golpeado el abuelo.
That's all right, dear. Did I tell you that John's son David has arrived? He's as bothersome as his father. Not worthy of this place. Poor Angus will never recover from the sight of John's charred remains. Selfish, selfish man.
Please, don't.
I do not enjoy this, as you well know, but you brought it on yourself. Your son was a good man. You should not have defied him.
Rosemary. Oh my God. She's barely skin and bones. How is she still alive?
I found the hidden switch. It was in the bookcase.
You scared me half to death.
Well, you will insist on wandering off without telling me where you're going, and I just managed to avoid Lady Margaret when... Jesus God!
I saw this.
In a vision.
Edward beat her with it. Used it to cripple the poor woman.
Oh my God. And he hung it there to remind her every day. Take it down.
You're sure?
Do it.
Fuerte, ¿eh?
Thank you. Thank you.
A soltarla. Va solo, yo lo he marcado y lo hace solo. El juego, ¿eh?
Rosemary, I'm David, John's son, your great-grandson.
Here, try this. No,
Colgante.
like this.
Ah, no, ella.
Gently.
Ella. Pero vaya.
Who did this to you?
Edward, I was bad. I disobeyed.
Disobeyed? How did you disobey?
Cecilia, I tried to stop him. Stop what he was doing.
What was he doing, Rosemary?
Should not have disobeyed.
Pabellón antiguo.
Not disturb him in the old wing. Never talk back.
Pabellón antiguo.
Rose! Rose! What did he do to Cecilia?
I don't think you'll get anything more out of her. Poor woman. Come on, Lady Rosemary. We'll get you out of here.
No!
We can get you somewhere safe.
I'm safe here, in this room. Safe from the Black Mirror.
The Black Mirror. Margaret has a lot to explain.
Hacemos. Dar.
I think we need to have words with her ladyship.
A ver. Ha comentado Rosemary, anciana. Hay cosas en el pabellón antiguo, pero eso no lo conozco. No lo hemos conocido en el castillo, ¿eh? Es una zona nueva que se nos ha abierto ahora para poder ir.
Yes. Margaret, we need to talk about...
Lady Margaret, if you please.
Never mind that. What the hell are you doing with Rosemary?
You're one to talk. You're just like your father, leaving nothing but fear and misery in your wake.
What in God's name are you talking about?
You spoke to young Eddie, did you not? Now he's convinced everyone is trying to kill him. He has taken poor Andrew hostage and is threatening his life.
Where is he?
He's taken him to the old wing, and he is armed.
I'll go. I can talk to him.
You will not. You two have caused quite enough trouble already.
We? How dare you, when you continue to worship Edward, even though he drove poor Cecilia to drown herself?
I will not allow you to...
To what? To speak the truth? To say that Edward...
He never touched her! You come here, and you...
No, you. You are the one in the wrong here. You know more than you're saying, and we both know it. There's something in this place. An evil that has plagued our family for generations. Instead of blaming others, maybe you should look closer to home for the cause of your misfortune.
You know nothing. What I did, what I do, everything is for this family. How can you possibly understand?
Please, my lady, we can discuss this later. Miss Farber, you need to speak to Master Eddie.
Take us to him.
El pabellón antiguo. Aquí dejaremos este tercer y espectacular capítulo. A ver si vamos al pabellón antiguo. Sí, esta era la puerta que estaba trabada con las maderas y no podíamos entrar, donde estaba Lady Margaret fumando pipa y tal, ahí en la chimenea. Ahora ya está abierto. Ese es el pabellón antiguo. Espectacular. Luz de historia. Vamos a entrar por primera vez en el pabellón antiguo, en una zona nueva del castillo. Para hablar con Eddie, porque se ha llevado secuestrado al abogado. Wow, está todo destrozado, compis. Mira, ahí está.
Over there, sir. Eddie?
No! No! They're after me! All of them! Trying to kill me! No! Please help!
Eddie, look at me, Eddie, just at me. It's going to be all right.
Stay back here. I'll try to reason with it.
You will not. This is what I do.
Tenemos el control de nuestro personaje David. Y bueno, vamos a dejarlo aquí. Vamos a guardar la partida. En el capítulo número 3 vamos a sobreescribir. Y listo, compis. Pues nada, compis, aquí vamos a dejar este espectacularísimo capítulo número 3 del juego de PlayStation 4 Black Mirror. Y nada, continuaremos en el número 4. Espero que os haya gustado esta espectacular historia. Dale al like compulsivamente si os ha gustado. Gracias por, como siempre os digo, pasar tiempo viendo mis vídeos y divertiros con él. Y nada, suscribiros si no lo habéis hecho para contenido de este estilo. Y echáis una mano al canal y a mi persona. Y nada, lo dicho, nos veremos en el capítulo número 4. Entonces cuidaros y adiós.